Hello YouTube, this is Vic Viper2345 returning to you with a game review for Namco Museum 50th Anniversary for the PlayStation 2. The game comes with 14 titles, most of which you probably know: Pac-Man, Galaga, Miss Pac-Man, Dig Dug, Pole Position, the basic stuff that they probably released over 20 times a piece, especially Pac-Man. It has original 80s soundtrack. I'll get to the problem with that here in a minute, and a virtual arcade. Let me discuss a virtual arcade here pretty quick. The virtual arcade, which they advertise that you can explore it, kind of like the PlayStation Namco Museum games, if any of you played those before, and this is a completely bull crap advertisement. I'm not sure what to call it. Statement, I don't know, but whatever it is, it's total bull. I cannot believe that they hashed all these great classic games onto this shoddy interface. There are reasons it is shoddy, but I'll get to that later. I will be playing two games on this collection. Both you probably know very well: Pac-Man and Galaga. I will discuss the way the collection works, of course, and the extras, or the lack thereof. I'll get there in a minute. So let's start this game. Alright, this is the main menu of the game. Remember when I said the virtual arcade and how you could explore it? Well, this is your exploration. You can't back up, you can't move forward, you can't do anything except cycle through the games. This is some virtual arcade to explore, isn't it? It's just, if they're going to advertise it as exploring a virtual arcade, it better be like the PlayStation Namco Museum titles, but it's not. It's this decently put together, but still kind of shoddy menu that works, but for its 50th anniversary, they should have something different than this. It should be like a memorial thing or something. And second, the 80s soundtrack, which, by the way, is absolutely terrible, only plays during the menu, making it pretty much absolutely useless, as just a complete afterthought that they threw in there to evoke some kind of bad nostalgia. It just doesn't fit. The songs are usually terrible. Actually, there's one that's pretty good. Working for the Weekend by Loverboy isn't a bad song at all. But like I said, I'm going to play Pac-Man and Galaga. Since I'm on Pac-Man, I'm going to start with Pac-Man first. So let's go. And yes, as you can probably tell, it's sitting on a reflective surface because you see the video logo that I can explain some other time. And yeah. Anyway, as you can probably see, even though the score counter's kind of out of there, it plays exactly like the old arcade game. Actually, it's a direct emulation of the old arcade game. Not to mention, I suck at this Pac-Man, so I'm going to play it for like a minute or two, and then I'm going to shut it off. And it sounds exactly the same. The graphics are exactly the same. The game speed is exactly the way it was, as everybody remembers it. It's Pac-Man. It's Pac-Man, and that's pretty much all you really need to know. It's Pac-Man. So, on to Galaga. Another noted problem with this game: the frickin' load times. Seriously, you will come to realize that the load times in this game are terrible. I'm counting right now. That was about 45 seconds. That doesn't sound bad, but these are arcade games from 1980 to 1984. Sorry. I'm thinking about something else. And it's just, why do you need that much time to load an interface that probably isn't really that powerful, because it looks like crap, by the way. And the biggest bombshell that they dropped with this game is the lack of extras. Okay, it's the 50th anniversary celebration. There should be some freaking extras with this game. There is nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's just the games and a 3D interface. That's all it is. It's the 50th anniversary. What? Why? What were they thinking releasing this game in this condition? It's not a bad game. It's not a bad game at all. I will not say it is. Because the games work exactly the way you would expect. But, oh yeah, Pac-Man. Oh yeah, Galaga. Oh, here we go. And I'll play the first round of Galaga, and then I'm gonna wind this down. So the battery in my camera's probably gonna die here pretty soon. Sorry, I've been playing this game since I was like 2 years old. My strategy with this game is just to blow the crap out of everything unless you need a dual fighter for the challenging stages, which are always complete bull crap if you ask me. Because there's always this one fighter that always gets by me, no matter how hard I try to hit it. I mean, it's not that big of a deal because it's a challenging stage. In reality, I'm not trying to prove my video gaming skills to anybody. I'm just trying to show you the game. So if you have anything to say about it, bite me. Okay? So that was unneeded hostility, but still, I just get sick of people like acting you have to be like really skilled at video games to play them. That was back in like the NES age. Come on. Video games were hard back then because people who played video games were pretty much masters at it. It's not like that anymore. Not gonna hit you with the capture beam, freak. Alright. Okay, that sucked. Okay, now that I explained the main issues, it is time. So as you can see, Namco Museum is a very flawed package. It has no extras. The 80s soundtrack is absolutely terrible. I'll post it down there. And the virtual arcade thing, I don't know why this makes me so mad, but the reason it does is because I was looking forward to doing this exploring the virtual arcade thing because I'm a huge fan of the old Namco Museum games for the PlayStation because you can explore literally a virtual museum in a first-person camera view. It was really neat, but this is the whole reason I got this collection. This is the reason I'm so disappointed with it. But the games, every single game in this collection, even though there's a few clunkers in there like Rolling Thunder and Dragon Spirit, but all the games are accurately emulated, but then again, the emulation was done by Digital Eclipse, so you know what to expect from those guys, except for their Midway Arcade Treasures 2, which was terrible. I'm sorry, I'm just not a big fan of the Mortal Kombat games. I never was. There's no extras in it. This is the big thing with me, because it's a 50th anniversary collection. Shouldn't they have some kind of sort material? I mean, they shouldn't have called it 50th anniversary. They should have called it Namco Museum Virtual Arcade, which they did release an Xbox 360 compilation called Virtual Arcade, but that has a very flawed interface too. But that's beside the whole issue I'm trying to get at here. If you should you pick this game up? If you have no other collection from Namco, maybe. Yeah, it's relatively easy to find, and it's pretty cheap. This copy cost $20, but I've seen it somewhere at Target a few years ago, and it was like $5. So if you can find it for pretty cheap, it's worth it. If you don't have any other Namco collections. If you do, steer clear of this game, because compared to what Namco usually does with their Namco Museum titles, it's garbage. It's absolute garbage. But the games are accurately represented, and that really what matters in the end. Is that really what matters in the end? Is the fact that all the games play exactly the way you want them to? Because the game does do that, so it's earned some kudos for that. Do I recommend this game? Partially. This is, or has been, Namco Museum, 50th anniversary for the PlayStation 2. This is Vic Viper 2345 signing off.